Hello everybody, so Butter and I took it and welcome back to the house in Fata Morgana. Now in the last episode we managed to get Maria on our team now. Huh. So we learned that in this life Pauline and Maria were childhood friends, it would seem. And also Maria knows Morgana, considering she was a prostitute at the brothel. And that's where Morgana was. I'm just... my god, how deeply all these characters are connected. I love it. Anyway, last we left off, we were given with the choice to either escort her home or leave her. I mean, part of me wants to be, kind of be the gentle guy and just kind of take her home, or lead her home. Oh my god, that came out wrong. Lead her home, but I'm pretty sure that last time my logic kind of got me killed, so maybe this time my logic will save me. If not, well, I'm gonna die again. It's better to be safe.
I would feel better knowing you made it back safely.
I'm telling you, I don't need an escort. But if you insist, you're welcome to accompany me.
I know I'm giving her the Morgana voice, but
The brothel's in the back streets. If you want, you can even stay for a bit, have a little fun.
I think I'll have to pass.
Maybe one day you'll get that stick out of your ass.
Giselle. Giselle?
What? Hello, what is it?
You've been so quiet, I was getting concerned. It's good to know you're still there.
I guess I sort of dozed off for a bit. I'm fine though, no need to worry.
Are you sure?
Yeah, just, remind me what's going on, would you?
You're positive nothing's wrong?
Positive as positive can be. I promise, I just nodded off.
But you just said that you can't get tired.
I just convinced Maria to let me escort her back to the brothel.
Seriously?
Should I not have offered?
I didn't think you were thoughtful enough to accompany a lady home at night.
That's a low blow. I thought that's what Didier would have done, so that's what I did.
Ah, I see. Well, make sure she gets back safely then.
I will.
Yo, you just gonna stand there? Get moving or I'll leave you in the dust.
Oh god.
Alright, this should do. The back streets aren't particularly welcoming to new faces popping up and wandering around after dark.
I'm gonna try to give her like an accent a little bit here.
Wouldn't want you to get mugged on your way back. I don't need that on my conscience right now.
Alright. Out of curiosity, is the brothel you work at now the same one that was attacked 4 years ago?
Nah, different place. Unless someone's done something with it, the one from 4 years ago is still abandoned. I thought about fixing it up, getting everyone back together, but there's not many of us left, and well, I'm not even sure I want to go back myself, you know?
Understandable. What was Morgana like when she was there?
Not sure what to tell you. She never talked much, so I'm not sure if she ever liked being around us.
I can assure you she did. She's told me her time at the brothel was one of the few chapters of her life she remembers fondly.
If that's true, that's great to hear.
Aww.
There were times I thought maybe we should take her to an orphanage somewhere. But, well, you know how my experience living at one of those went, so yeah. But at the same time, it's not like a bunch of whores were gonna make better parents. So I was never really sure what the right thing to do was. Then after the raid, well, I felt like shit. She didn't have to be there, but I stupidly thought it was a good idea to keep a little girl in the lawless back streets.
I can't tell you what the best choice would have been, but I can tell you her time with you changed her for the better. So you don't need to feel guilty about choosing to keep her there.
I appreciate it.
If it's not too much trouble, could you tell me about Morgana in more detail?
It's a bit late tonight, so how about tomorrow? Got a little something I want to give you. Too. Oops.
Oh?
It's nothing much, but you'll see. I'll sneak into the courtyard again tomorrow night.
All right. I'll meet you there then.
Anyway, I'm off. Actually, one last thing before I go. Take this.
What? A knife?
To protect yourself. You sure don't look like you're carrying anything.
I'm not, but if I take this, then you...
It's fine. I've got two.
You have...
Collecting pony things is one of my hobbies.
Oh my.
That doesn't sound like the safest hobby.
Anything with a nice, sharp tip sends shivers down my spine. Makes my heart skip a beat.
Okay.
I'm not sure those are appropriate feelings to have about blades.
No, I mean, I'm not g- Oh my god, I think I just kink-shamed her. I'm sorry.
This reminds me of the time Jacopo gave Maria a cartridge. She got pretty excited about that too.
I can understand taking an interest in weaponry, but hers seems somewhat excessive. Dangerously so.
Anyway, I don't see why you shouldn't take it. She has a point. It is dangerous out at night.
I'd honestly rather not be carrying a knife at all.
What? Why not?
They scare you.
Aww.
I'll be fine. It's only for self-defense, not hurting other people. Really, you don't have to worry about me. I do appreciate the consideration, though.
I wonder what the hell Maria's thinking about this. I'm just standing here talking to myself, and I'm just wondering what the hell she's probably thinking.
If you say so. Okay, I'll take it. Thank you.
It's nothing. Just give it back to me tomorrow night and we're all good. Anyway, see you then. Stay warm.
I'm pretty sure I'm dressed much warmer than her.
We should get going too.
All right. It is chilly tonight, though.
It's true.
Did you hear that? I thought I heard a voice.
I did. It came from the bushes over there. I'm going to see if I can get a little closer. Oh!
About the observation tower.
Oh, shit. Do you believe it is?
Are we witnessing a tryst?
In any other circumstances, I would just walk away and let them be. But she mentioned the tower, so I can't. We should listen in and try not to get caught.
Agreed. Several different people have told me the same thing. That there's someone being held in the tower.
Who was the first to mention it?
Michel, you know, the man who showed up yesterday. He's staying in a room in the mansion.
The one with the white hair.
Yeah, him.
Oh, shit. Who else told you?
Nellie. And while he hasn't said anything to me personally, she says Mel confirmed it as well.
I see. There's no need for concern. The only thing in the tower is the Lord's fortune. Oh. Trust me. Please. Pauline. You know how many enemies the Lord has. You know how many of them would like nothing more than to see him fall. This allegation that he has someone imprisoned on his personal property is nothing more than a fabrication by these people. Don't be one of them. Support him. Support me. It's a terrible shame Mel and Nellie think the Lord would do such a thing. Don't listen to him, Pauline. He's lying to you. Should I stay hidden, or should I intervene?
I believe you more than anyone in the world. You have my complete trust, you know that. But I would still like to see for myself. If there's no one in the tower,
then that proves their accusations are baseless.
Pauline.
I want to trust you even more, so please, let me see what's in the observation tower. Please. You say there's no one there, so it shouldn't be any problem, right?
Okay. I'll talk to the Lord when he's here tomorrow. I can't let you in without his permission, of course. But once I've spoken with him, I'll take you to see what's in the tower.
Thank you.
It's getting late. You should head back.
Okay.
Don't look so glum, Pauline. We'll see each other again tomorrow night as usual.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, good night.
Good night.
It sounds like she convinced him.
I wouldn't be so sure about that. You could always move Morgana before letting Pauline in. We'll have to keep a close eye on him tomorrow. I know you're out there. Show yourself. If you won't come to me, then I'll have to come to you. I have a good idea where you're hiding.
Michelle?
Finally decided to show yourself, did you?
How did you know I was there?
Simple. I can sense the presence of others.
That's hardly what I would call simple for most people.
I was hoping to enjoy the show a little longer.
Huh?
Do you remember what I said at supper about our little sideshow?
What about it?
Well, it looks like we have to go off script.
Go off what?
You still don't get it?
He sounds pretty agitated, Michelle. You need to get out of there now.
Can you not see him, Giselle?
What?
He's got his hand on his sword. I can't risk turning my back on him. I should have stepped in while Pauline was still around. I don't have many opportunities to do this these days. So, I was planning on taking it nice and slow. There are so many obstructions outside. It makes this kind of work difficult.
Michelle!
If you care about the nun, about Pauline, if she really means something to you, then you need to set Morgana free. Keeping her locked up will bring no one anything but pain, and that includes Pauline. And why should I care? Oh my god, that fucking face.
Michelle!
I feel something resembling a gale, and the next thing I know, the man's inches away from me, swinging his sword down. The knife! Miraculously, I managed to get the blade out just in time, catching his sword mid-descent with a sharp clang. For a very brief moment, a look of perplexity crosses his face. Now's my chance to run.
Michelle!
Oh god.
How? I stagger from the impact, and as I fall to the ground, I catch sight of it. The curved blade sticking out of my chest. He must have thrown his sword to prevent my escape.
Michelle, what's happening? Stay with me. You have to stay with me.
I think I just died again. Why is it my logic is fucking killing me? God damn it.
I focus on the searing pain spreading through my chest to keep my mind from growing any hazier, and begin crawling, trying to put some distance between us, and from behind. The man slams his heel into my back. How anticlimactic. I thought you'd hold out a little longer, considering you managed to brandish that knife.
Don't. Please, what are you doing? Get away from him. I'm begging you, spare him.
He can't hear you, Giselle.
There's a name engraved in the handle. So it's not even your knife. Maria? Put that down.
Michelle!
Oh god.
Who did you get this from? Answer me. Not feeling cooperative, are we?
That knife, as always, belonged to me. Maria simply refers to the Virgin Mary.
Well, it shouldn't be too hard to find out who they are. I know it's not her, at least. So, Mel, his sister, and this Maria are all colluding with you.
What are you going to do to them?
That should be obvious.
Leave them alone!
Oh, God. Because I'm an idiot, Giselle. Because I'm a fucking idiot.
It's not funny. The more lives you take, the further you become from human. That's not what you want, is it?
I've always been a killer. I've always had this insatiable urge to take life.
But I know. You also wanted to be.
Enjoy your reunion with them in the afterlife. Oh, fuck me. Is what happens. Is what happens. At least beg for your life, would you? Don't please stop. Crawl through the dirt like the worm you are, and beg for me to spare you. Why are you doing this? No, please, please stop. Not even a scream. Really? You're no fun. Stop it, don't... I'm fucking dead. I'm fucking dead. I'm fucking dead. This is what I get. This is... I'm a fucking idiot. Okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you for telling me this.
The man's deranged cackling and Giselle's desperate screams begin fading into the distance. I've long since lost any sort of idea about the condition of my body. And in my attempts to save Giselle and Morgana, I've managed to not only fail that, but endanger everyone who is kind enough to help me. What have I accomplished? Anything at all?
Oops. And, okay, ending 0 again. Well then. Let's, yeah, I think we've gotten to the point where, me trying to think logically is never the correct answer. I appreciate the thought. See ya.
Hold on a second.
Something else you needed?
I would like, if you could, for you to tell me about the time you spent with Morgana. Anything you can, no matter how insignificant it may seem. I want to know what kind of life she had there.
How's tomorrow sound?
Tomorrow?
I'll sneak in the courtyard tomorrow night. Meet me there and I'll tell you what you want to know.
Why not now, though?
No real reason, just need a little time to sort things through. See you tomorrow night. Stay warm.
Not even a chance to get another word in. Also, I feel like I'm dressed much warmer than her. Tomorrow night. That doesn't leave us with much time. Giselle? Giselle?
What? Hello, what is it?
You've been so quiet I was getting concerned. It's good to know you're still there.
I guess I sort of dozed off for a bit. Yeah, we already know this, but... Whoa, that's different. I think we should head back too. We've done about everything we can today.
You're right. Running into Maria was a great stroke of luck. Thanks to her, we have now confirmed that the nun is indeed Pauline. And we potentially convinced Pauline to try and talk to the swordsman.
Depending on how things pan out tomorrow, we could be getting very close to accomplishing our goal. I'm sure it'll be smooth sailing, just like with Mel.
I certainly hope so.
Why is it that every time I try to go with logic, I fucking get myself killed? So, before you go to sleep, do you want to talk for a bit?
Well, of course. Oh, of course. In fact, I was about to ask you the same thing.
That's what you say, but on the inside, you actually enjoy being surrounded by girls more than talking to me, don't you?
And you seem to enjoy teasing me.
I'm just kidding.
Truthfully, I don't think I've ever wished you were there to save me more than then. I've never been comfortable in such spirited environments.
Put 3 women in a room and it'll get like that. Yeah, it can be overstimulating.
I could not have been more out of my element.
I don't know. You seem to fit in pretty well to me.
You really think so?
You made for a great plaything.
Oh yes, I'm quite good at that, aren't I? I will say, there was one thing about the whole affair that surprised me.
Oh? What would that be?
I did not expect I would be able to have such a normal, social interaction. And not because I'm awkward or a poor conversationalist. For most of my life I was cursed, irregular, and you were the only one who didn't treat me like that. That came to be what I saw as normal. And as such, being able to participate in a social gathering like that is a very exotic sensation. It feels almost like it shouldn't be possible.
You are normal, Michelle. An ordinary man.
Aww. This right here. This is what I wish I always had in life. And for me to finally attain it in death. Although I suppose lamenting the details would make me ungrateful. I'm glad to have had the experience, though.
I'm glad to hear it. So, I know I've been talking about how much I want to save Morgana, and that hasn't changed. And neither has my desire to change everyone's future. But if you want to leave this place, to go somewhere far away and have a life of your own, you have my full support. You've got everything you ever wanted. You have the right to choose to stay here, live in this time.
I wouldn't dream of it. I'm not going to leave you trapped in that darkness. I will not make the same mistake twice. Regardless, there's no point in me choosing a life without you there as well, in the flesh.
Aww. Okay then. Well, I'll be in here waiting.
Hopefully not for long. I really think Morgana and I have a great deal in common.
What?
One the daughter of God, one a demon child. We were both forced into inhuman roles, living lives of solitude, constantly having things we cared about taken away from us, including, ultimately, our lives. The big difference between me and her is that I had you. If you hadn't been there at the end of my mortal life, perhaps I too would have grown to despise those who had put me through such misery. Cursed their very souls. She had no one, though. Not a single person to be there for her for her final days.
From what she told us, though, her life wasn't all sorrow and misery. She did eventually come to find happiness in her time at the brothel.
In fact, she's even said that was where she learned to experience joy. While I know there were a number of girls there, if Maria was one of them she was particularly close with, perhaps her being here could have a positive effect on Morgana.
We'll have to see what she says tomorrow night.
That we will. And then our time limit is noon the next day. So, we need to have everything necessary figured out by then. Everything it will take for her to have a change of heart.
I'm not worried one bit. I have complete confidence in you, Michelle.
Ah! Stop it! This is too cute!
I am somewhat worried.
What's there to worry about? Here, I'll shout. You can do it 100 times.
So you're planning to cheer me to death?
I just want every last bit of you to know I'm rooting for you. Ah.
I assure you, you've made that abundantly clear.
Hey, there was something I wanted to tell you, if that's alright.
Yes?
When I learned about your past and about your body, it came as a big shock to me. That said, I'm confident you know that my feelings for you haven't changed one bit.
I do.
But what I want you to know is that even if I found out back then, instead of after having waited hundreds of years for you to return, my feelings still would not have changed.
Aww.
If you had told me while we were still alive, I would have still accepted you. Now, of course, I know it's not something you could have come out with so easily, especially considering everything you went through because of it. We only lived together for a little over a year, and we were only partners for a month. So, I understand how difficult it would have been to think I wouldn't push you away. But I'm not sure you grasped just how much I loved you even then. My wounds ran deeper than even I knew, and them fully healing was simply not possible. Anyone else's touch, anyone else's warmth, my heart and body would have rejected. I sincerely wish I had expressed that to you more clearly. That it had to be you, that I needed you. Ah, stop it!
I did believe at the time that I could start over with you. That we could have a normal life together. Oh well, I fooled myself into believing it. But I could never rid myself of the guilt and shame. At how it was impossible for me to give that to you. I would imagine our future together. You, smiling with our children in your arms, playing with them, scolding them, teaching them. Then I would remember, I am incapable of giving you those children, of even engaging in the prerequisite acts. And the more I wished for your happiness, the tighter that guilt constricted me. I do apologize for not saying anything.
You carried far more weight than any one person should ever have to carry alone. But you don't have to do that anymore. For one, I'll support you no matter what. And in this time, you're normal to everyone, not only me. You have allies. You don't have to take everything on yourself anymore. I love you, Michelle. I do. I absolutely adore.
Oh my god, stop!
Where is this coming from?
I wanted to say it, so I did. Is that a problem?
No problem.
You're blushing, aren't you? Your cheeks are as red as tomatoes. I wish I could see you now.
I'm going to open the window.
Why? It's night. It's going to be cold.
Exactly, I need to cool down.
Oh my god, that was adorable.
Ah,
What are you eyeing at?
it's a spring snow. It's gorgeous. There was hardly a cloud when I was outside earlier, and now it's snowing.
Are you worried Maria might catch something out in this weather?
Hopefully she's in bed by now. I've never seen it snow in the spring before.
Ah, that smile. Ah!
Maybe I just wasn't paying any attention to what lay beyond the dark walls of that house.
Maybe.
Have you
Have I...
seen a springtime snow before?
3 or 4 times, perhaps. So not very often, no.
Ah, so you've seen this already.
Would it have been better if I hadn't?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I just thought it would be nice if it was the first time for both of us.
You sound like a little kid.
Is it that childish? Well, I don't mind either way. I'm still glad my first time seeing it isn't alone. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Little specks of white drifting through the darkness.
Yes, I can see it. It's beautiful. I'm happy I could see this with you, too.
My fucking heart.
You don't want the wind to cool you off too much now. I think it's time for you to warm back up.
Sorry, I was so engrossed by the sight.
Maybe it'll stick and you can see it again tomorrow. The grounds would be quite lovely covered in snow. But for now, you should get some sleep.
I suppose.
You already passed out once today. You need to make sure you're well rested.
Hard to argue with that. I'll be counting on your help again tomorrow. Our success or failure depends on how tomorrow goes.
That it does. Let's make it count.
Good night, Giselle.
Good night, Michelle.
Giselle, I think Giselle knows something. But she's hiding it. One day until her death. Oh. Wait. Is this the... Huh? My head. It feels like someone drove a spike through it. What's going on? Am I in the cellar? What? My hands are tied up behind my back. Oh yeah, that's what... Yeah, it was... Yeah. Ironically, that dead end kind of revealed to me what Pauline told Yukimasa. What am I doing down here? Wait. Giselle. Giselle? Say something, Giselle! Unable to make any sort of sense out of my circumstances. It's not long before I regained consciousness that panic begins to sink in. And the most unsettling thing of all, the most frightening detail, is the fact that I can't hear her voice. Whoa. Awake, are we? Are you the one who brought me here? What? You don't remember this morning? Morning? Right. I woke up because I heard someone enter the room. And then he hit me over the head. You're not dead, at least. That's good. What do you hope to accomplish by tying me up and bringing me down here? Remember what I said last night at supper about me putting on a little sideshow for you? What? I was reenacting the Last Supper with you as the guest of honor. Ah! Oh, now I see. When you were asking if I had any family or friends, you were trying to find out if anyone would notice if I disappeared, if anyone would make any noise. You're sharper than you look. If only you'd caught on yesterday. Please, Giselle, say something. Giselle! Why won't you answer me? Why can't I hear your voice? Why can't I feel you there? You're a quiet one. I thought you'd be a little louder. What made you decide to get rid of me? Did the nun say something? She has nothing to do with this. I have permission from the Lord to act at my own discretion. Should I come across anyone acting suspicious? This doesn't seem the least bit wrong to you. I wouldn't say that. You're an acquaintance's friend who made a long trip to come see him, and I have you tied up in the cellar. That's not what I would consider right, no. But seeing as you're good enough friends for him to let you stay here, I assume he's also spilled everything. He never had what it took, that boy. If I were to guess, it got to be too much for him to handle, so he went to a friend. To you. Leave him out of this. I see. So, how much did he tell you? If you come clean, I might even let you go. Get rid of him. Have you take his place. I said leave him out of this! So, you're determined not to talk, are you? Oh my god, I recognize this theme. This was playing... Oh my god! What a loyal friend. Listen to me! Listen? Oh, I'm listening. Because you have a lot of talking to do. I don't have many chances to let loose. So, I'll be taking as much time as I can get today. He says in an eerily flat tone of voice as he draws nearer, pausing between each step as if to taunt me.
And when he reaches me, struggling to get off the ground, he slams his heel into my shoulder.
Not being able to use your hands makes you appreciate how much easier it is to stand up when you can, doesn't it?
I admit I'm kind of changing my voice for Yukimasa because, my god, it was fucking with my throat a little bit.
Someone, please help!
Don't waste your energy. No one ever comes back this far. And the door's so heavy, your screams would never make it out. But that's the least of your worries. The door to the cellar's been locked, and the only key is right here. There's no getting in. If you can run fast enough, you might have a chance to making it to the door and escaping. Want to test your luck? I doubt you can make it.
He puts the full weight of his body into his heel, pressing down on my spine, turning my breaths into gasping sputters. I gather together all my strength, but even that isn't enough to overpower him.
Now, you're going to tell me everything. What are you and the boy scheming? What's your end game? Who else is in on it?
Damn it. I don't have many options here. What can I even do in this situation?
Tell me what I want to know, and maybe I'll let you live.
I guess I have no choice but to tell him the truth. Alright, fine. I'll tell you everything. Just know that this isn't some attempt to beg for mercy. I came to this mansion in order to unlock the door to the observation tower and free Morgana. Mel was not the one who told me about her, though. I went to him and asked for his assistance. He didn't have to tell me because I already knew. Both about her and what you're doing to her. Stealing her blood and making medicine from it.
Who told you then?
Morgana did. Morgana's soul told me everything. I am not from this time. I lived in a time after her death. It takes me several moments to process what just happened. A fire runs up my arm from my little finger, only turning into pain when it finally reaches my brain. I twist my head back to see the man on top of me holding my right hand. My finger snapped backwards at the second joint.
I'll ask you again. Who told you?
Morgana did. She dies on the day of the Harvest Festival.
Next up is your ring finger, and then your middle, if you insist on keeping this up.
I'm telling you the truth. She bears so much hatred she cast a curse on your souls. I've seen what happens in your next life.
God, this is making me cringe a little. Now you're resorting to souls in next lives? I'm genuinely impressed. What lies are you going to cook up next, white-haired knave?
If I don't set Morgana free, your souls will be enslaved for all eternity, imprisoned in this cursed mansion. When the bell tolls noon, on the day of the Harvest Festival, you will lose everything. All of you will. You cannot escape it unless you do something. And the nun, the reason you locked Morgana up in the first place, she won't be safe either. She'll be killed.
2 fingers left. Can you keep up the act that long?
Everything I'm saying is the truth. I've seen it all with my own 2 eyes.
Why are you so insistent on maintaining this farce? Is it to protect the boy, or do you have some other motive?
Every last word is true.
Continuing to lie isn't going to make this any easier. Your voice is shaking. The pain's starting to get to you, isn't it?
What you're doing to Morgana, it achieves nothing. You must release her and atone for your sins. Otherwise your soul, and the souls of those you care about, will be doomed to suffering.
I see what this is now. You don't have the information I want, so all you can do is spin these lies.
You thick-skulled bastard!
There are other options, though. Beg me for mercy. Sob like a little child, sniveling your "please don't kill me," and "I don't want to die," and "it hurts so bad, please stops." Grovel on the ground, you tiny pathetic man, and if you can entertain me, maybe I'll consider it.
I will never shed another tear. And I will never beg for your damn mercy! Nothing I've said to you has been a lie. Some cheap attempt to fool you into letting me go. Every word of it is true. I know the sins you've burdened your soul with. I know the fate that awaits you in your next life. And I will gladly tell you every detail.
You're down to just your thumb. Now go on if you're so eager to tell me. Let's hear about my supposed next life, shall we?
In your next life, you lose your memory in an accident, causing you to forget your own humanity. And then innate savagery you normally keep hidden beneath a mask is released, unrestricted. And you turn into a creature no more than... No, you turn into a beast.
My mask.
You murder countless people, including the woman you once called your lover.
Lover?
Hers is a name you know very well. Pauline, your tether.
My tether? How do you know that word?
Because I know everything. I know what you wanted. I know what you were never able to obtain. You idolized humanity, and you yearned for peace.
You're telling me I kill the nun in my next life?
I am. That is the fate that lies waiting for you. Her love for you is so strong she refuses to believe you are dead. She leaves her seaside hometown in search of you, and she finds you. But you slaughter her.
Did you say she lived in a city on the sea?
In addition to her, you also lose someone else. A woman who tried to give you the peace you so desired, which eventually causes you to succumb entirely to instinct.
Enough! Alright, fine. Now I know what you are. You're no mere seasoned liar. You're some kind of evil spirit that deceives humans. You're peering into my heart, tailoring your lies specifically to manipulate me.
I am not. I swear. I have seen everything that happens.
Enough!
But there's a chance you can change your fate. All you have to do is cease your involvement in Morgana's imprisonment. Set her free. Allay the hatred she bears for you.
Are you deaf? I said I've heard enough!
Release Morgana! Save your soul. Give her a better future.
Silence! I think I'll take your arm off first. Cut right through your shoulder, nice and slowly.
Don't!
It'll still be attached for a while yet. Don't you worry. You hear that, spirit? That's the sound of your flesh ripping apart. The sound of your muscles being severed. Not going to be doing much more talking anymore, are you? Not through the pain, you aren't. Plead for your life, spirit. Beg for mercy. Admit it was all a sham. Apologize. Let the room fill with your cries of agony.
Nothing was a sham. Every last word. It's all the truth.
I'll rip that head right off your shoulders. I don't care who or what you are anymore. You're dead!
Okay, who is it? You will do no such thing. Oh, Pauline!
Get back. You will not harm him any further.
Pauline. What are you doing here, Pauline? I told you to stay away. And the door was locked.
I opened it.
You.
One of Nellie's hairpins was long enough to get into the lock and undo it. She won't be getting much use of it anymore, though. Busted up pretty badly in the process. The locks on the tower door are too complex, but the one here is a lot simpler. Bet you never expected me to go cat burglar on you, huh?
You stupid boy!
Oh, what was your question last night again? Something about being on the edge of a cliff or whatever? Well, here's your answer. I'll do everything I can to save both of them. This is terrible. How could you? Oh my, you're badly hurt. Sit tight. I'll call for a doctor.
Don't worry about me. You need to talk to him. To get him to talk.
Oh, we've got to do something about you, though. I'll get that wound patched up at least. Until you can get it properly checked out.
Thank you. Was it you who went to get Pauline?
No. I ran into her while I was looking for you, which is when she told me she was looking for him. And neither of us were having any luck, so we scoured the mansion together. And when we reached the stairs to the cellar and heard the screaming, my worst fears were confirmed. So I picked the lock, and here we are. Sorry we didn't make it sooner. This could have been avoided. God, look at what he did to you. There's so much blood, and your fingers.
No, you made it just in time. My arm's still attached, and I'm not dead. Neither of which would be true without you.
So I guess that means I actually did something good for once?
You did good, Mel. You did good.
Did something for someone other than myself?
That you did.
Okay. So everything Michel said is true? The Lord isn't storing his valuables in the tower. He's got a girl locked up there. Well, is it true or not?
It's still the Lord's property either way. The church is being funded with her miracle blood, so that makes her valuable, yes.
So you're saying I've been handing out human blood? And telling people it was medicine?
Not human. Witch. No! Morgana is a human girl. She hasn't become a witch yet. At least not here.
All this time I've been lying to the people who believe in me, without even knowing what I was doing.
Like you said, you didn't know. You haven't done anything wrong.
Ignorance does not excuse sin. All that time I spent with you, and I didn't notice anything wrong.
That was the idea. You weren't supposed to notice anything. It's not your fault I deceived you. It's unreasonable to think you should have been able to.
All that. You did it to help me, though, didn't you? Like a stupid little girl, I assumed it was all out of the good of your heart. Never once stopping to think any deeper than that, about where it was all coming from. Maria was right. I was blind. I was content to be pleased about the people I thought it was helping. I want you to do something for me. I want you to set this girl, set Morgana free. Please, do not make your sins any greater than they already are.
But without the witch's blood, we lose the Lord's patronage. And then the church.
What good is a church that isn't actually saving anyone? Actually, no. That's avoiding the point entirely.
What do you mean?
To tell you the truth, I never really cared about the church at all.
You... What?
How can you say that? When you've always been so unconditionally charitable, even if it meant giving away food or money you needed yourself. People call you the Saintess because that's what you are. A saint.
It's true. I do that. But the fact is I'm no saint. I don't deserve to be held up as one, nor do I belong in that position. I'm just an ordinary girl. I never wanted to be a nun, you know. I just didn't have any other options available to me. And I sure didn't have the confidence to make it out there on my own like Maria. So I did as I was told. And to keep myself from thinking it was a mistake, from feeling dissatisfied with that choice, I put everything I had into my responsibilities to the church. My unconditional charity was rooted entirely in selfishness, and the longer I kept it up, the harder it became to stop. I forgot what I really wanted.
And what would that be?
A normal, happy life as an ordinary girl.
In a city on the water.
What?
That's what you said your dream was. For your next life.
Ah, right. Yeah. A quiet life with the man I love.
You might get that wish, in fact.
Huh?
That's what you said, wasn't it? That in her next life she lives in a city by the sea?
That is correct. In your next life, Pauline, you are not a nun. You are an ordinary girl who lives on a seaside city. A sweet, cheerful, energetic girl who wears her heart on her sleeve. You are both your mother and father.
And I...
So you believe me now?
I don't know. Your claims are utterly ridiculous. But it's getting harder to think you're lying. If that's what you really wanted, Pauline, what should I have done instead? I envied what you had. That solace. The last thing I wanted was for you to lose it. But you're saying you found no peace in that life?
That's right.
So, what should I have done?
I wanted you to take me away from this place somewhere far away. I wanted you to make it so that I could be Pauline, not Marie. That would have been my ideal life. To live with you, to have a family with you.
How was I supposed to know?
You couldn't possibly have known. I realize that. And that makes me every bit as complicit as you. Set Morgana free.
I will be expected to pay for my crimes. That itself is not a problem. I have every intention of facing the consequences. But we have done terrible, gruesome things. I don't know what the usual punishment for such is in this land. But if I had to guess, I would say execution. And me being an outsider makes it easier for people to place the blame on me. I won't be able to take you away.
We'll find each other again. In our next lives, okay?
Okay. As I'm sure you heard, my involvement in this conspiracy ends here.
I'm glad to hear. You've decided to take action.
Sorry about your fingers and arm.
I'm still alive, that's what matters.
The third key is in the Lord's possession. You said you needed it by noon at the Harvest Festival, yes? Which means we need to act quickly.
That's correct. We must set Morgana free, before the bell tolls noon tomorrow.
Then tonight, that's the next time the Lord will be here. Tonight I'll kill him and take his key.
Wait. No, we're not shedding any blood to get his key.
Do you remember what I said a few minutes ago about not committing any further sins?
He's a learning boy. He's learning. He's not likely to hand over the key without a fight, though.
You need to convince him, not force his hand. Besides, simply opening the door is not enough.
Why not?
My goal here is to save Morgana's soul. In order to do that, I need to pacify at least some degree of the hatred she bears in it. A hatred rooted in her perception of you and the things you've done to her. I need to change that perception.
I'm not quite following. What do you mean by change her perception?
For you and the Lord to tell your stories, to describe what happened from your perspectives.
You want my perspective?
I do. Something in your motivations, your circumstances, might serve to lessen the animosity she holds for you. The greater the discrepancy in what she believes to be the truth in the full story, with everyone's perspectives included, the greater the chance she may have a change of heart.
Okay, I now understand what you want from me. However, my perspective will do nothing to serve that end. There is no ambiguity, no justification for my actions.
Regardless, I would still like to know the whole truth, if you're willing to tell me your part of it.
Okay. I'll come by your room later today.
Hey, is it alright if I'm there too?
Sorry. I would rather if you weren't.
Why?
Everything you need to know, I've told you already. I captured a witch. No, I kidnapped a young girl for profit and imprisoned her in the tower. My motivation, as I said, was to keep your church funded. Those are the facts. The things I did along the way were brutal and inhumane. I hope you can understand why I wouldn't want the woman I love to hear any of that.
I understand.
I'll see you again later in the day.
I'll be waiting.
I should get going too. You're going to need medication and something to get that arm dressed properly. And if there's anything else I can get you, let me know. If you want to see a doctor, I'll find you the best one I can. I'm so sorry for ever doubting you.
No, I understand. I'm glad you came at all.
Me too. Well, see you.
I'm kind of surprised. He's actually got a soft spot, huh? And I was sure you were full of it when you said the two of them had a thing going on. What does she see in a guy like him anyway? She's got bad taste in guys, that's for sure. What's with that look?
Just admiring your rather inappropriate remarks.
Sorry. I was just so relieved it kind of came out.
It's okay. You almost got a smile out of me.
I've never seen you smile before.
I blame being relieved, too.
No.
Would you mind helping me get back to my room?
Sure. No problem. My shoulder's all yours. You know, you really are something else, Michelle. I could hear you through the door as I was getting it opened. And honestly, I'm amazed you were able to stand up to him like that. I don't want to get my hopes up too high just yet, but I'm starting to think that you might actually be able to do something about the Lord.
That's reassuring. Thank you.
Sure. Anyway, let's get going. You should get as much rest as you can until he shows up. Well, I mean, you should be going to see a doctor with these wounds. Oh, yeah. Nellie's been worried sick about you all day. I'll have to tell her not to pounce on you because I'm sure she'll come running as soon as she hears we found you. Where the hell's Giselle?
Giselle, you are right. I do have people here who will support me. People who are grateful for me, and who show concern for me. But you have to know, Giselle, that it's your voice I want to hear more than anyone else's. Why can I not hear you? Where are you, Giselle? Giselle. It's almost sunset. Looks like the snow didn't stick. You couldn't actually see the snow last night, could you, Giselle? Was that when the light started fading from the sphere of darkness encasing you? Or had it been going on even longer than that? Why didn't you say anything? Not a word. I don't believe you're gone for good. You're still out there somewhere. I know it. And I will come for you. I swear it. Just a moment. Here I am, as promised. I heard you talking, so I thought there was someone with you. But you're alone? It's only me, yes. I see. As I told you earlier, my perspective on events will do nothing to change Morgana's mind. I would still like to hear what you have to say. All right. Okay. So let's see. I may have to change up the voice a little bit to kind of be easy on my throat. Not being from this land, I don't believe in the local god. Nor do I think priests and preachers any better than con artists. Where did that come from? What I'm trying to say is if I give a confessional, it won't be to another human. You're an angel. Come again? The angel from the stained glass window. That's you, isn't it? Wait. How on earth did you come to that conclusion? I was thinking about everything you said earlier in the cellar. The fact that you knew about Morgana. The fact that you could see into my heart. And in particular, all your talk about saving people's souls. Salvation is not man's job. Which means you must be something else. I will tell you everything. Every foolish mistake. Every terrible crime. And in exchange, I would like you to tell me what I am to do next. To lead me down the path I am to take. Oh. I terrify myself. With every passing day, my ability to tell what direction I'm supposed to be heading in dulls. So, after I tell my story, I want you to do that for me. Please, will you show me the way? I can no more decide the path you take than you. But you saw into my heart. Giselle, if you were here, you would encourage me to agree to his request, wouldn't you? Okay. I can't guarantee that anything I'll have to say will be of use, but I'll do the best I can to lead you in the right direction. Thank you. Now, before I begin, there's one thing I need to clarify. I am not in love with Pauline. Oh? She does play an important role in my life, though. That much is true. She's your tether. Exactly. I suppose you could say, admire her. She is everything I am not. Everything I cannot be. Is that something I should tell her, you think? That I don't love her, that I'm incapable of feeling love. Should I tell her that, knowing she genuinely loves me? My instincts tell me I shouldn't. I know very well I'm lying to her, but there are circumstances in which A lie is preferable to the truth, are there not? With that said, I'm ready to begin. You have my full attention.
Okay. Oh, whoopsie. As you know, I'm not from this land. The issue is I don't know any more about where I came from than you. Okay. I actually have to end it there. Time-wise, I have actually run out of... Oh! The Killer and the Nun! Oh my god. Okay, in the next episode we shall do, you know, Yukimasa's tale. Or, you know, the swordsman's tale. But I wonder... I know this video is slightly shorter than the last few episodes, I realize, but I just need to start... I need to kind of slow down so I can start digesting some of these things here. Ooh, this music sounds really good. Okay, first things first to digest. We now have Yukimasa on our side. That went... Well, I mean, I'm surprised that I'm able to still stand despite having several of my fingers broken, but I think I'm doing okay. Also... Interesting, now we're going to see now we're gonna, you know, see his side. I wonder how that's gonna play out. But that's gonna have to wait till next week. I'm sorry that I did end this. I'm sorry that I ended this a little earlier than I normally do. I am sorry. But I just don't have the time right now. So if you guys like this, be sure to let me know. I'm going to take some time to kind of digest, like I said, try to digest some of the things here. I was not expecting that we'd get Yukimasa on our side so readily, but definitely because of, you know, Pauline and Mel interjecting. Good job, Mel. You earned a badass point. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and... Oh, God. I want to talk... Okay, fuck it. No, fuck it. I'm going to talk a little bit more here, even though I really have nothing else to say. Yukimasa says he doesn't love her, but he admires her. I don't know what I would do in that situation. It's a good idea to be truthful, but it's clear, it's painfully clear. Okay, one thing is really clear. He does care about her. He says that he's incapable of love, but it's almost like he has a pure dependence on her. But I'm guessing, I mean, dependence and love are two different concepts here. I'm not entirely sure what I would have to tell Yukimasa in that situation. Whether to tell him to tell Pauline the truth, or just... I don't know. Because the way you slice it... Oh god, pun intended. It just kind of seems like, yes, he does love her, but he doesn't understand how love is. Like, I got room to talk, but, I don't know. What do you guys think about this? I mean, the next episode, we're going to be jumping into, you know, his perspective, and then we only have one more person we have left to convince. And I wonder how that's going to play out. It's probably going to be a pain in the ass. But we have to try. So, now, that's pretty much all I got to say. If you guys like this, be sure to let me know. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.